Judiciary must purge itself of bad eggs. Olanipekun, former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, Chief Wole Olanipekun San, has urged the judiciary to uphold its integrity by identifying and removing corrupt elements within its ranks. Speaking on Monday at the opening of the Law Week and 70th anniversary celebration of the NBA Ibadan branch, Olanipekun stressed the need for collaboration between the bar and bench to ensure justice and accountability. He encouraged stakeholders to support the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudirat Kereke-Ekun, in efforts to reform the judiciary system. The judiciary must purge itself of bad eggs. The bar and bench must identify the bad and corrupt ones, bring them to justice, and flush them out of the system before they tarnish the reputation of others, he said. Olanipekun also called for an end to personal attacks on judges, particularly in the media, and urged members of the bench to adopt temperate language when dealing with legal practitioners. He cautioned against practices like blackmail, mudslinging, and treachery, which could erode the dignity of the legal profession. Oyo State Deputy Governor Bayo Lawal echoed Olanipekun's sentiments, reminding lawyers of the importance of good conduct to preserve the integrity of the profession. We must avoid blackmail and uphold caution in this noble profession, he added. Chairman of the NBA Ibadan branch, Ibrahim Lawal, highlighted the branch's contribution to the legal profession, noting its leadership role among NBA branches in Nigeria. He outlined the week-long anniversary celebration as a platform to celebrate achievements and strengthen the association's impact on national development. The event planning committee chairman Mutalubi Ojo San described the Ibadan branch as a trailblazer with numerous accomplishments. He assured attendees that the celebrations would set a benchmark for NBA branches across the country. The program, themed Law, Legal Practice and Development, promised to showcase the achievements and aspirations of the Ibadan Bar while contributing to the advancement of the legal profession in Nigeria. The judiciary has been in the news in recent times. Several aspects of deliberations. What are your thoughts on this story?
You know, the thing is, if the process that made you a lawyer is wrong, there is no how you will be able to do the right thing when you become a lawyer. For instance, from school.
Okay.
You see students sorting to pass exams, sorting to get into the bar. Now, if that kind of profession...
Are those practices that actually happen at the bar?
Yes, they do. Now, if somebody is meant to be a lawyer to defend the interest of the common man in court, is now sorting a lecturer to pass an exam and sorting his way or her way through to get into the bar association and all that. Now, the truth of the matter is that by the time the person becomes a lawyer, you can bet that he or she will not be able to see money and not compromise. You understand me?
All right.
So for me, what's going on today in amongst the legal world and everything that we are seeing today is something that has been there. You know, one thing about these things is that you can keep covering it. A day comes, it explodes. We'll still see more.
Right.
We'll still see more. But I believe still that in every system there are still the good guys.
There's still the good guys.
I believe still that we still have lawyers with integrity, lawyers, judges that believe in the right thing.
How do you think this bad eggs can be found within the circuit and pulled out?
For me, it just takes one good leader to arise that will make up his mind or her mind and says, I don't care whose God's a God. Everybody needs to fall in line, and you see that things will just fall into place.
You know that there is a hierarchy in positions.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, what do you think? How do you think a lawyer that is of a lower standing would be able to get someone of a higher hierarchy to say this person is corrupt? Now, I'm asking this question based on the fact that recently we had the case of someone taking the president to court. We have all of these things that go on in the judiciary. A few weeks ago, there was a very disturbing case of a boy. Now, this story is not related to this, but it has, you know, so I'm trying to give you a background. There's this boy, 17-year-old, went to a poultry, stole chicken, stole eggs. He was sentenced to death.
It to be the northern state, right?
It wasn't in the northern state.
Where?
It happened in Osun State.
Osun State, where did they
that is southwest.
That's what I'm saying. Did they operate to it Sharia law or?
It was not Sharia. It was not Sharia law. This boy was sentenced to death 10 years ago. He's been in Kirikiri maximum prison for 10 years. Now his parents were coming out to appeal to the governor Adeleke since he was celebrating 2 years, to, you know, show clemency on the boy and let him go. With this sort of judges handling affairs, what reforms should be done? Because the whole judgment for that little boy is killing an ant with an hammer.
I'm telling you.
What are your thoughts when you look at that sort of story with these reforms that should be done in the judiciary?
Like I said earlier on, I just pray that we come to that point where, you know, just like the statue, that woman that represents the law says he's blind.
Right.
That means it doesn't see the rich, it doesn't see the poor, it doesn't see anybody.
Do you think that symbol stands in our judiciary?
If we can just have one leader, I just pray that there's a lawyer somewhere listening who can make up his mind or her mind and tell himself or herself, I'm going to cause a change. You see, one thing about vision is that one day vision will bring you to a position where you can be able to do so much. There is so much that has gone wrong in the judiciary. That's the truth. There's so much that have gone wrong. I remember there was a time, okay, one of my uncles entered my dad's property and we had to take him to court because he got violent. He's rich. He was bigger than us because my dad is late. So I just told my younger ones that let's go to court because we had a very good case. It wasn't, there was nothing hidden to it. We had some of our elders in the village saying, we will come and testify for you people. Because they said my dad was a good man. Because my dad then trained a lot of people in my village. He gave scholarships and all that. And he was, in fact, my dad did so much. The day I was praying, I told God, I say, give us the harvest of everything my dad did. If God is to pay us back 100-fold of the things, the good things we know that my dad did, I won't be where I am today. You understand me? So, but then we went to court. You see, something happened. In the midst of everything that we're doing, the only thing that gave us the victory was because of two things. The magistrate that was, the judge that was in charge of that case at the final term, when this other man was trying to, you know, but we didn't know that all the time that this man has been coming to court, it is my uncle that pays his transport, gives him allowance, like, you know, we didn't know. But you know what helped us?
What?
We were having a program here in Port Harcourt. You know, I happened to do something on the platform during that program. And then this particular judge was in that meeting. And he recognized me. And then after I was done what I was doing, that was how this man found a way, got my number, called me. I said, do you attend this church? I said, yes. Are you? I said, yes. He said, no, this man is his whatever. The pastor was the pastor he looks up to. And that was when he now told me everything that was going on. He said, for this reason, you guys have a very good case. That was how we won that case.
So if you didn't, if
the man hadn't
come to that meeting and he wasn't, like, your pastor wasn't the mentor,
everything we're talking would have just been gibberish.
How do we fix cases like this?
You see, this is why I said, this is something we're going to have to. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I believe that a new generation of lawyers should be able to rise. And
why do you think the lawyers coming up now won't just replicate what they're used to, the whole copy and paste attitude?
Me, I believe that there must be someone that is reading law today because of an injustice that was done to his family.
Right.
I believe that there's someone who is motivated to read law today that may also be rising through the ranks now because of the injustice that was done to his family, his wife, his children, his brother, his sister, and he's making up his mind to correct that. And I know that one day, you see, I still believe in Nigeria. No, I tell people this, I say I still believe in Nigeria. Why? Because there are people like me that still believe in this country. And a day will come when some of these things will no longer be an issue. Because okay, now they're having their law, whatever, and they are calling for this, fishing out the bad eggs and all that. Who's going to fish out the bad eggs?
Don't you think the bad eggs, the people in authority know who the bad eggs are?
They do, but the problem is
Because
that.
I feel like
but the problem is that
Nigerian
they
system
are
is
all.
somebody usually has some form of a backup.
Apart from that, they are all implicated with themselves. It's just like right now. Okay, I come out now to speak that you did this, and then you already know that I did something in my life 5 years ago, even though I repented from it. Now you bring it up and say, if you bring out my case, I bring out this one. So what happens at that point? You see, so it would take someone who, like I told you, corruption thrives on two things. Number one is fear. Number two is selfishness. Now, if you can have somebody who tells himself, I don't care if I go down, but let the right thing be done. I don't care if I lose this, let the right thing be done. If we have people that will make up their minds to walk in love, looking out for others and not themselves, and coming to that point where they fear nothing, then things will begin to work.